Here we want to convert this 3D structure to a Fischer projection. And you can certainly use the method that we did previously where you rotate around each of the single bonds to sort of make a circular type structure and then go through and convert that. I'm going to show you an alternative method that people sometimes find a little bit easier. Now remember that in this Fischer projection we have these 4 chiral centers. So we're going to have 4 crosses. So let's draw our straight line. And I'll make the 4 crosses. Like that. And then we can choose the top and the bottom of the Fischer projection. I'm going to say that I want the methyl at the top. So I'll put the CH3 at the top. That means this ethyl here will go at the very bottom. Okay, the important thing is when doing this conversion that you're always viewing toward the dash and the wedge. So you always want to make sure that if you're the viewer, you want to be looking in the direction of the dash and the wedge such that these bonds that are in the plane are pointed away from you. And we're going to continually reorient ourselves, but we always want to make sure that the methyl is at the top, the ethyl is at the bottom. Okay, so let's start at the top where we have the phenyl and the fluorine. So this one we want to view in the direction of the dash and the wedge. And also, just think about this as sort of a little stick figure. So you're looking in that direction. The methyl's on the top. That's where your head is. Your feet go down here toward the bottom. And if you're laying on the page like this, looking at that structure, think about what arm you're laying on. Your right arm would be going into the page. Your left arm would be coming out of the page. So now just line up those groups. On the right with the floor is the fluorine because on the right is your back group. The fluorine's back group. So put the fluorine on the right and then the phenyl will go on the left. Now when we move up to our next chiral center, we need to reorient our view. So now I want to be looking from up here on the top because that allows me to be viewing toward the dash and the wedge. You still want your head up toward the top of the Fischer projection, your feet down toward the bottom. Now if you're laying on this side, you've basically flipped over. So now you're laying on your left arm. So your left arm goes into the page, your right arm comes out of the page. Now if we want to line up groups, on the left, that's the back, the OH is going back, so OH will go on the left. And that means the hydrogen will go on the right. Now to do the next chiral center, you're back here on the bottom looking at this orientation. You can use the same guy that you drew here to view this chiral center because you're looking in the same direction. So just like before, on your right is the back group, that's the hydrogen. That means on the left is the out group, that is the bromine. And then to do the final chiral center, you're back up on the top looking. And you can use the same guy that you drew up here. On the left is the back group. Hydrogen's the back group here, so that will go on the left. And then the chlorine will go on the right. So this is maybe a simpler or quicker way to convert your 3D structure to the Fischer projection. It's sort of a shortcut. Just be aware that, the true Fischer projection comes from rotating all of these bonds such that you have sort of that concave semicircular structure.